Guys, in this video, I'm going to do a side-by-side comparison of the iPhone 6 versus the Nexus 5X. So, Nexus 5X is the latest phone from Google. It has really awesome specs that we can compare it to iPhone. And also, iPhone 6 is the iPhone from the last year. But still, the reason for this comparison is that it still costs a lot of money. At least in my country, iPhone 6 will cost you above $600, while this one will cost you $370 or $370 to $420 in between. Depends on which model you get, 16 gigabyte or 32 gigabyte, but still it's a lot more cheaper as compared to the iPhone 6. Now, I think mainly why the iPhone is priced so much higher as compared to Nexus 5X, of course, its build quality. Other than that, I see no way that you should spend more money on iPhone. Other than the price is just money is a really important thing, so you should not waste it and you should spend it more intelligently. So we're just gonna compare them full time and see if it's worth it to spend money on iPhone 6 or not. So first off is the build quality. So you can see that iPhone 6 definitely takes the lead with its aluminum back, and it feels a lot more good in hand, to be honest, because it has this small size, and of course it is aluminum, so it's more premium and feels more good in hand, more thinner if we compare them side by side like this. But on the other hand, the Nexus 5X comes with plastic. Now this plastic is not this plastic, okay, the plastic with the Galaxy S5. It's also not the plastic that you will see with the S4. It's not like that. So it is a different type of plastic. It has this matte finish. When you hold it like this, it feels like a matte. I mean, it's like a matte finish, kind of like a rubbery type of feeling you get. And it definitely is. It's not cheap. It does not look cheap at all as the Galaxy S4's plastic or S5's. It's really nice. But even though, of course, after all, it's not aluminum or metal, but it is still a plastic. But still, I think it's not as cheap as people think of plastic. And as you can see, this Nexus logo, if you buy the ice blue color, I mean, it's so lovely. It's so appealing to eyes. I mean, a lot of people ask me that which phone you're holding, when I'm using this phone outside. So this is definitely eye-catching device. And also you can see the sides are plastic, so which might be and it's of course not as thin as iPhone 6, so then it might be a bad thing for some people, but to me it's definitely, and I'm totally okay with its plastic. But of course, if you're comparing with iPhone, so you have to give a lead to the iPhone with its premium design. But I highly doubt that a lot of people are going to notice anything with the Nexus 5X because of its plastic. So yeah, that's that. Screen size, you can see 4.7 inch versus 5.2. Nexus 5X has a bigger screen size, and at the same time Nexus 5X comes with a better resolution, which is 1080p HD. So that's also that. And okay, I'm just gonna enter my password here. So as you can see here, there's a visible difference in terms of size, and for a lot of people, iPhone 6 might be the actual handy size, or for a lot of people 5.2 inch screen size is a lot more better. But this is 1080p, this is a 750 by 1334 resolution, so Nexus 5X is definitely better, and this has a better screen to body ratio. So even though with a 5.2 inch screen size, you will still not gonna notice it any much bigger. I mean, of course it's bigger than the iPhone 6, but it's still not that much bigger because of the better screen to body ratio, which is around like 70%. So that's pretty nice. And you can see that if we compare them in terms of software, this is iOS 9. This is the Android 6.0 Marshmallow. So of course, Android and iOS wars, if it just comes down to personal preference, we have some things better with the Android, we have some things better with the iOS. So yeah, that's just personal preference. But if we compare them generally, you can see that they have this for the iPhone 6, you can't really have that much optimization not the optimization, customization. And with the Android, you get a little bit less optimization as compared to the iOS, optimization in terms of applications. So you get a lot of nice applications like iMovie, some pretty damn awesome editors that you will not going to get on Android. But Android has, like I said, customization, launchers, themes, and widgets. So yeah, it's just wars between iOS and Android, just your personal preference. So that's that. Also, if you compare them in terms of the camera here, so camera is the 8 megapixel on iPhone 6 versus the 12.3 megapixel on the Nexus 5X with dual LED flash and laser autofocus. So camera, what I've seen is that is better on the Nexus 5X because of its bigger size of the sensor. Outdoor, you might not see a lot of difference. You might see just normal color difference and all. But if you compare them in low light conditions, you will see Nexus 5X taking the lead because of its bigger sensor. It doesn't mean that iPhone 6 is bad for that. For in terms of video picture quality, but still it's not up to the level of the Nexus 5X. Nexus 5X also records 4K video recording that you will not going to see on the 6. You will see on the 6S. And also, as you can see here, this photo here, I'm just going to increase the brightness a little bit. So you can see that Nexus 5X produce all these results on just one tap. Okay, with the iPhone 6 I had to manually increase the exposure mode to get this result, but as you can see on the iPhone 6 it's definitely not as bad, but it's still it doesn't look that much good as the Nexus 5X. And of course, not to mention the like I told you, 4K video recording here. Well, no 4K, you're just stuck with 1080p. And also camera application will offer you lots of features here on both of these two devices that you can enjoy, but I think camera is definitely a lot more improved here. So I'll also compare it with the iPhone 6s in my next comparison, so make sure you stay tuned for that. And lastly, if I talk about the battery life, so battery wise, Nexus 5X takes the lead on my usage. I use Facebook, I use YouTube, I have to answer your questions when you ask me on my Facebook page, and sometimes listen to some songs. And most of the time, what I've seen that the reason why the Nexus 5X is better than the iPhone 6 in terms of battery life is that when it's in standby mode or it's just locked like this and it's resting, it has this doze mode which actually blocks the background processes to conserve battery life. So that's something that you will not going to get on the iPhone. So that's just amazing. That just increases its battery life, and I can use it for 2 days if I have it on like this in my pocket and just use it for for not do a lot more extensive battery extensive things like watching YouTube videos. But of course it's a lot more better than the iPhone 6, which has I think like almost 1800 something milliamp battery. But yeah, according to my usage, Nexus 5X is way better. So if you want to spend money on the iPhone 6, it can only be because of its build quality, and of course if you love iOS, and of course you're getting it for cheaper somewhere in used condition, maybe that's why you can spend money on this one. You also get a better front megapixel camera here with the Nexus 5X, which is 5 megapixel as compared to 1.2 over here. And also you get fingerprint sensor on both phones. Back one here feels a lot more good, but it's just come to the personal preference. If you like this one, you will like this one more. But yeah, build quality wise, iPhone 6 definitely takes the lead. But if you want a better camera, if you want Android, if you want a better camera with of course this laser autofocus, dual LED flash, and better front camera, then you can try the Nexus 5X. And of course it's a lot more cheaper. So yeah, be sure to stay tuned for the full speed test comparison that I will do side by side, and also camera tests also. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.